In this video, I'll be explaining my creative process and some tips. Refer to the previous video for instructions and ideas on composing your sonification. After my first listen, I reduced the beats per minute because the notes were too close together. I also removed particularly discordant pitches. I then assigned each type to an instrument that worked well with the frequency of the notes and the lo-fi style I was recreating. I modeled the rhythms after lo-fi drums, using an electric drum kit and a Latin percussion set. I changed the style and removed the drums throughout the piece to add variety. I modeled the chords after sci-fi music to form a mood typically associated with space. This means very open, atonal chords that sound slightly dissonant and mysterious. I had these chords change slowly to distinguish them from the fast data. The soundscapes were also modeled after sci-fi music. I added wind, chirping effects, electronic beeps and sweeps, alien chatter, and other ambient tones. I found the right sounds by listening to every soundscape available and separating the ones that seemed applicable to my piece. For mixing, I duplicated and panned most of the tracks and added reverb and echo to mimic the dimension and emptiness of space. I also used automation to adjust the volumes. I wanted the soundscapes especially to feel dynamic, so they faded in and out together at consistent intervals. One nerdy thing I did was to model the structure of the piece after a star life cycle, which is most clearly seen in the tempo changes. I represented a stellar nebula, main sequence star, red giant, and supernova before returning to the stellar nebula. Some other general tips: choose a particular scale and try to stick to it for most of the piece. Create contrast. If the melody moves fast, the chords can move slow. If the melody is quiet, the effects can fill in that space. Search for patterns and create them if you can't find any. This helps to make the piece dynamic and interesting. Experiment with the piece to make it unique. I look forward to hearing your compositions.